So without any further ado, I will now invite Mr. Kavin Hewitt. He's the Managing Director of MCONEC Mobile Payment Services Limited. Kavin Hewitt previously led the Caribbean business operations of Mozido Inc. and drove the initiative leading to the region's first licensed mobile wallet in Jamaica, partnering with the Jamaica Cooperative Credit Union League. Kavin previously served as Director, Northern Caribbean Region at Digicel, where he led initiatives to deploy mobile commerce across 6 territories. He also held senior positions at National Commercial Bank and led innovations such as the world's first direct prepaid airtime sales via ATMs and IVR in 2004. He is an accomplished expert in mobile financial services with a passion for enabling greater financial inclusion for developing countries. Please welcome Mr. Kavin Hewitt.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my first visit here to Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm enjoying it. It's a short visit, but I'm going to run through this presentation pretty quickly because my fellow countryman gave you a lot of the framework in terms of the regulatory framework that the MCONEC mobile wallet would have gone through with the regulators as well. And just to give you a little bit of background, being the first, you get the most bruises and scratches coming out of the blocks. Initially, the product was JQs, JCUES, which is Jamaica Credit Union e-payment services. And it was a product that was designed to fit inside of the credit union space in Jamaica. And the credit union space, is just a little bit south of 1 million customers, right? That's in the credit union space. And we saw the opportunity to provide a system that would enable greater inclusion of those credit union members, because when we checked, you talk about unbanked and underbanked and underserved, we found a lot of intersect in the market. And the credit union members, we found that in terms of underbanked, that there was a very strong intersect, and that was the birth of what became the mobile money movement. Now we launched a product in Jamaica, a nice big launch in Alpha Tree Square. And it was more like a mobile banking type product. And, the next day we saw a headline from the central bank saying that they have no purview of the product, right? Because the central bank did not govern the credit union movement at the time. They weren't issuing a cease and desist. But the last thing you want after you have headlines saying, mobile wallet launched, is the central bank saying, I'm not too sure about this, right? And a few $1 million later, and lots of engagement, Dr. McNaughton, the Mona School of Business Report, lots of nice interviews on the TVs and stuff with the central bank, lots of face-off. In the public space, we were out of the blocks. Now, I'm going to give you a different spin on the mobile watch, the technology side, right? Because I think my friend did a very good job in talking about the engagement process. Now, for us and MCONEC, just so you understand, we own the technology that now powers MCONEC mobile wallet in Jamaica. And in developing the technology, we looked at mobile money, we look at mobile wallet. And we see mobile money as being a part of the mobile wallet space. So when we talk about the mobile wallet, you open your wallet, we ask, what's in your wallet? You have cash, and we see cash as a store value account. You have cards, so the system have the capability to add credit cards. You may have debit cards associated with your bank account. The system have the capability to add bank accounts. You have discount loyalty cards. It also have that capability. You you have health insurance card, the system also have that capability. So what MCONEC is a mobile payment ecosystem framework. Now, for those who can see, this is what our platform look like from a diagrammatic perspective. The red one. Okay, good. Now, on this side, we have the customers and we have the agents. And we wanted our system to be device agnostic, so we develop, of course, across all platforms. So right here, you're looking at pretty much all the major web browsers, iOS, of course, Android, and we also develop for BlackBerry. And that's for the consumer perspective. And we look at whatever is over here are the access points to the ecosystem. And we also have what we call agents. And agents is broad. Whether it's a merchant, whether it's a bank, whether it's a customer care service. So all that is facilitated, again, through all browser network. And for registration and for services, we use Android, because Android is very strong in Jamaica. We're working on iOS as well. Now, in the middle, we have what we call our business process. So our platform is open source. So what we have is some functionalities here, and anybody here can call on these functionalities once we build the integration. Anybody here can call on the functionalities as well. And in the middle, we have the core services, and the core services deal with the switching and routing. It manages store value account. It deals with fees, commission, taxes. It deals with the transaction limits and velocities, all the anti-money laundering checks and transaction monitoring, and of course, other services. And other services can also be introduced into the core. Now, we have the connectors on the other side that leverage everything to this side, and we integrate to third parties. Now, in Jamaica, we're integrated to the credit union switch, and the credit union switch are integrated to several credit unions. So our deployment in Jamaica allows a wallet holder to be able to select to pay either from their store value account, or they can select from a list of credit unions that are already associated with the system. Now, an ATM could be added on this side as well, because the switch is connected to ATM point of sale. So this is the framework that is Connect Mobile Wallet, and double-digit millions later. And now I'm not moving. One sec. Okay. Good. All right. Now we spoke about the services, so just to go through pretty quickly. We have the subscribers, the top-up service, and we know what that is. They can check their balances, whether it's on their wallet or any of the connected bank accounts or credit union accounts. There's also the matter of bill payment. We have a bill payment engine as one of our services. So, somebody can come onto the system and be set up as a biller and be available across all the merchant network and across all the customer network immediately. We have the capability to do cash in and cash out at any of the agents, registered agents or merchant location that are authorized to do so. The inter-account transfer, so you can transfer from your credit union account or bank account to wallet, and from your wallet back to your credit union account. Person-to-person transfer, we know what that is. There's also retail payment, so there's the ability, of course, to make purchases at stores or any participating merchant. And there's also the matter of international remittances, where you can pull a remittance transaction all the way down to your wallet or to your credit union account through the ecosystem. And on the other side, to engage, because we recognize in the context of an ecosystem, you have the customer side, you also need a business side. So what we did was make available the same services to our connectors, so all of our merchants can also sell airtime to our system, or they can do bill payments to our system. They can also manage their business, because we do have a merchant account management portal, so they can do their returns, tax returns and stuff to our system. They can also process cash in or cash out if you're authorized to do so. We have MVOL services so they can engage with distributors for business-to-business transactions. There's direct deposit so they can pay their staff, or government can engage for mass distribution of benefits or reimbursements, as the case may be. And of course, they can be a part of the retail payment system. And we also have an e-commerce gateway for those who want to stay in that environment. Now, the e-commerce gateway, I know, is kind of new to a lot of us as it relates to the mobile money market, but we've been getting a lot of persons interested in being able to offer to the demographic, the underserved, transactions online. So we do have an e-commerce plugin into our platform as well that will allow for that. Now, my friend spent a lot of time talking about this here. Now, when we came out of the blocks, we didn't have this because this was not yet created. Now, this costed us another $3 million to refactor the system now so that the system could recognize all of these wonderful requirements here and to have these as parameters as well, because we know they're going to be changed in the near future. So a transaction, of course, you have to query, will that transaction take the person over their account limit? Is the transaction above their daily limit? Is the transaction within the limits or velocity set by the operator? Because the operator may choose, these are upper limits, you know. So the operator may choose, if they're risk averse, to set their own limits. So the system facilitates that. The system also facilitates for you to set limits by product or by service based on your risk appetite for that. So it's very parameter driven. Now, on the matter of security, and I really did enjoy your presentation, for us, you know, and this technology is born from Mozilla Inc. out of Austin, Texas. Our technology, of course, is PCI DSS certified, and it was developed in a PA, that's Payment Account Data Security Standard environment. And for compliance, we have integration to an external entity that does all of our transaction monitoring, as well as the watch list scanning on the product. And that is done continuously. Every time there's a change in the watch list, the system is scanned. And it looks, of course, in the transaction monitoring for all of the wonderful things that I'm sure a lot of you know about, the structuring, the layering, and the geographic activities. In Jamaica, we're in the remittance business as well. So we had to build the capabilities to look at regions within Jamaica that may have certain kind of illicit activities that is aligned with the remittance industry. So those are also built into the system. In terms of our infrastructure, we're hosted in Amazon. And why did we choose Amazon Web Services? We chose it because we wanted to ensure that we had an infrastructure that stood up as a very strong payment system and can support a strong payment system. We wanted an infrastructure that was elastic, one that can pretty much expand to fill demands. You know, I didn't hear my friend talk about the Ddos attack, and that's the denial of domain services. It's one of the latest tricks that the hackers are doing now, where they hit your website or your URL with multiple attacks coming from multiple ITs at the same time. And the objective is to pretty much shut your system down. And they have done so with some pretty large companies. Now, one of the things we have built into our system with Amazon Elastic Cloud is that as these attacks come at us, of course, the system will expand to facilitate the continuance of access to the customers. And much to Amazon delight, of course, because they just send you a huge bill at the end of it because you pay by the drink. But our system is designed, we call this our onion ring layer, whereby it begins with the DDoS mitigation, and then we have network firewalls. We have various intrusion detection system. We have, of course, firewall at the web application layer as well. And we only do data. We don't support USSD or SMS in terms of transaction processing. Our audit didn't find them to be safe enough to do so. So, we do end-to-end encryption from app, right? And of course, secure protocol for all of our transactions. I won't get into the explanation of what reverse proxy is, but our system sits inside of the middle and outside of the web. So you'll have to pass through all these layers to be able to get to our system. Why did we build it that way? Because we're built to integrate with banks and the card payment system. Yes, we facilitate mobile wallet, but it is built for inclusion to those other payment systems, because we believe that if we are going to talk about financial inclusion, the same persons that we're targeted want to access the same services that they are being marginalized from. This will be made available, right? Good. So I won't go through that. That just explained the other slide in terms of what that meant. So pretty much, I think I did well in terms of recouping some of the time. But now you have an idea of the kind of technology or the kind of technological infrastructure that goes behind the mobile wallet system. And we believe that we've built an infrastructure that not just keep the customers safe, but also keep the financial payment space safe and continue to build trust across all divides. Thank you.